Hey everyone, Nicole the Psychic Mom here for A Mother's Intuition. Thanks for joining me tonight. I want to talk about ghosts. So, do you believe in ghosts? Have you had an experience with ghosts? Because I certainly have. And a lot of people that I talk to, I would say most people that I talk to have had at least one experience with a ghost. Interestingly enough, the ghosts that I would say I've had an experience with as ghosts are not the ghosts or spirits that I talk to in my mediumship. So when I talk about ghosts, I'm talking more about shadow people. And if you haven't heard of shadow people, it's simply the ghost looking like a shadow as opposed to a figure with features. So some people experience ghosts as actual looking like real life people, but ghostly with their ghostly aura. And other people see ghosts as shadow people, which is just a dark figurine. And that's how I, in the past, I haven't seen a shadow person in years, but that is how I have experienced them in the past. Now, I don't refer to the people in spirit that I communicate with as ghosts because they're not on the earth anymore. So it's not the same thing. But some people do see spirits in the full with detail on the earth plane. I'm just not one of those people. So I'm curious to know if you experience one or the other. So would love to hear from you on my Facebook page, The Psychic Mom. Drop me a note about your experience with ghosts if you would love to share that. I would love to hear it. So I want to share a little ghost story, a couple ghost stories that I've experienced. So when I was younger, I would see these dark figures around my house doing, I want to say strange things, but I didn't know what they were doing. I could hear them also calling my name. And if you ask my parents, they probably will remember how annoying I was constantly asking who was calling me because I would hear them and I'd get out of bed or I would come around from a room into another room and say, were you calling me? Were you calling me? Because I heard my name a lot. And I did recognize that a lot of the noises seemed to be coming from my attic, but when I thought about it, I would get scared. So I tried not to pay too much attention to the attic. But I had one experience in my house when I was young. My cousin was sleeping over, and I had a trundle bed growing up. So it's like a bunk bed, but shorter. And there's a bed that comes underneath that pulls out. And the bed was in, and we were playing dolls. And my cousin was mean to her doll, and she yanked its hair and threw it against the wall. And then my mom came, we played a little bit longer. My mom came in and said, hey, it's time for bed. We got in bed. She fell asleep. I was awake, and I saw a shadow figure come out of the wall, go over to my cousin, pull her hair, and go back to the wall. And I think we were probably about 8, 9 years old, maybe 7, 8, 9, somewhere in that range. I was old enough that I wasn't, I knew what I saw. I knew what was happening. And I was so afraid. And I remember pinching myself in the arm and going, wait, please be sleeping. Are you awake? Are you awake? Or wake up, And I was awake. So I just hid under my covers for as long as I had to until I fell asleep. That was one of my earliest memories of ghosts. But this continued throughout my life, and I would see the shadow people doing things. None of them ever approached me, but I had also a bunch of experiences in college with my roommates. We lived in a haunted house. I kid you not. I think if you asked my roommates at the time, they would all agree the house was haunted. Weird stuff happened all the time, but I'm going to show this one experience was great. It was just, so I had my boyfriend at the time come over to watch a movie, and this was back in the day where we had the VHS tapes that went in the recorder, and came over and we were watching it and putting the tape in, and it wouldn't work, and we're putting it in, it wouldn't work, and the power on the TV was doing weird stuff. It was doing that static thing and then going off, and weird things were happening with the TV. We couldn't get it to function. This is the precursor to what's about to happen. So outside, it was starting to snow. There was a big snowstorm happening, and everybody had been hunkering down for the night, right? But I heard a knock. My boyfriend heard a knock on the door, and I went up to go see who was at the door in the middle of the snowstorm. Like, what the heck? Who's coming? Who would be here, right? And as I'm walking into the kitchen, I see a shadow figure, but wished away, right? And I'm like, oh, kept going to the door. I look out, and there's nobody there, of course, but I knew I heard the knocking. I went back in. I told my boyfriend, you heard that, right? You heard the knocking. He's like, yeah. I was like, nobody there. And then the TV comes on, shuts off. It's doing weird stuff. And I'm like, let's just go, because he had also experienced some weird things in the house or heard me talk about it all the time. So we decide, let's just get the heck out of here. I go upstairs to tell my two roommates that I'm leaving. And I walk into the bedroom that I shared with my one roommate, which was my cousin. And she is standing at the foot of her bed. I believe her arms were crossed, staring at the window next to my bed. And this is at night. It's pitch black out. There's nothing out there. You can't see anything. And she's just standing there staring at it. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I can't remember exactly what she said. I think she called it a leprechaun or a gremlin or something like that, right? Because she had seen it before. She had told me that it had been sitting on my bed on a different occasion. So she tells me, he's sitting out on the roof outside of your window. And I'm like, oh. So I don't even want to deal with this. I turn around, I run over to my other roommate's room, knock on her door. She opens it and looks at me briefly and then straight up above my head and goes completely white and doesn't speak. And I'm like, what is happening? I'm freaking out. And she's just in shock, like not speaking. And it was like something out of the Poltergeist movie where you just, And I just turned around, I ran downstairs, grabbed my boyfriend, got in the truck. It's snowing, it's terrible, we shouldn't be outside, whatever. We back up and we pull away from the house, and then we stop in the middle of the street. And we both looked back behind us at the house, kind of like waiting, like it's either going to explode or something's going to come out of it. Or, I mean, it was just insane. It was insane. And then we left. But these are just such small examples. And honestly, when you have an experience with ghosts, and you'll probably think the same thing when you talk to somebody else who tells you their experience with ghosts, you're like, yeah, okay, whatever, right? But these are very true things, and they certainly can happen. So yeah, just a little fun tonight. Wanted to share some ghost stories with you all. Again, I would love to hear your ghost stories. So please do share them with me if you feel comfortable at my Facebook page, The Psychic Mom. So why don't we go ahead and take a call? I have Nebue from Alaska, and please, I'd love for you to clearly say your name the correct way for me.
Yeah, boy.
Nebue?
Yeah, boy.
Nebue. Okay, that's beautiful. I've never heard it before. Okay, how can I help you tonight, or what can we talk about?
Are you a medium, or what are you? So I know it's kind of questions to ask.
Sure, I'm both. I'm a medium and a psychic. I can do whatever. I can answer questions. I can try and get in touch with somebody on the other side.
Okay. I've been in a relationship with a guy in spirit. I just was wondering if you can connect to him. He's been on the right side of my body since like 2014 to 2015 in May. Is there a way you can talk to him?
Okay.
You know who he is? Like one of those things.
Sure. I can try. I can't guarantee who will come through, but give me a second and I'll see if I can pull him through, and I'll just start to give you some information about what's coming to me. So give me a second here.
Okay. Like he's actually lived in the right side of my body with me.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Like he's actually lived in the right side of my body with me. And yesterday
Okay.
he just left. I don't know if I don't know what.
Oh, you said he just left?
Yesterday, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But we broke up, but I guess he's just been around.
Okay. I'm I'm not really getting much information. I do feel like I feel like there's a spirit around you that is I know that he did have an earthly incarnation. Now, you may have not known him at this time, of course, since your relationship has been, well, he's been in spirit, but I know that he had an earthly incarnation, and I know that he was a dark skinned male, and that he was in a tribe of some sort. Okay. And his personality is very strong. It's very strong willed. It's very disciplined. Um, and it's very matter of fact. Okay. So does this sound like this person that has been part of you? It may be just somebody else.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
What's the name?
The name, I'm sorry. I'm not
Do I know
getting it.
him?
But I'm sorry, say it again.
Do I know him?
Do you know him? I don't know. I do not know that. Uh, okay, so he you said he's left. I know that he's still around you. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's not connecting with you in the same way because you have not wanted to. And also, there is a need for boundaries being set here. I feel like the boundaries they were getting crossed with intentions. Okay. And so this breakup has happened and he is still around you, but not in the same capacity. So you can change that if you want by talking to him. That's up to you. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, and then I also have another question about another guy.
Okay.
His name is Simon Char. Is there anything you can tell me about him? He's real. He's not in spirit or anything.
Okay. You want to know what about him specifically?
Like, how does he feel about me?
About you? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Is he in another relationship right now?
I don't know.
Okay. I feel like he is. I feel like he's in another relationship right now. And I feel like this relationship is something that's been on and off for some time. And I want to say that it is a relationship that will remain an important part of his life. Like this is somebody that he either dated or has just been close to, but I want you to understand that this person is not going to go anywhere anytime soon and always is going to have an important part in his life. So if you're okay with that, then that's fine. But if you're not, then you may not want to continue pursuing this or at least talk to him about it. Okay.
Is the girl named Kyloid?
Names are really tricky. Again, I'm not picking up a name specifically, but his I want to say his ties are to this other person. There's just some really strong ties there. I feel
So he's
like
not gonna come see me. He's not
I'm
gonna come
sorry,
see me soon.
he's not going to
He's
see.
not going to come see me. Yeah, when I win the lottery. Am I gonna win the lottery soon? Like next month?
I
Sorry, I'm just trying to be quick.
I
I
don't
know
do
I'm
I
limited in
don't
time.
do predictions. I don't do predictions. I can't tell if you're going to win the lottery or not. But anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. I have another caller, Angela, and I missed where Angela was from. Can you hear me, Angela?
Yes. What was that? I'm sorry.
I said I missed where you were from, but I just got it. Michigan. Thanks for calling in tonight,
Yeah.
Angela. Can I help you with?
I was just calling to get a reading. Nothing specific, just whatever you feel, I guess.
Okay, great. All right, Angela, give me a second while I connect in with your energy. Okay, so I have a female spirit that's around you, Angela. Are you okay with me doing mediumship for you?
Yeah.
Okay. And this female feels like mom, grandma, definitely that maternal energy coming through for you.
Okay.
And I know that she would have been religious because she's saying, bless you, like she um, is using the word bless. So there's definitely some religion there. Okay. Okay. So I do it. This would is your mom in spirit? I feel like this is your grandmother. Um,
It would be, yes.
okay. When she's talking though, she wants to talk about your mom and she wants to talk about how much you and your mom are alike. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Mhm. And she just loves that. She just loves that. And she's also taking credit for raising such strong, beautiful women. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She's telling me, Angela, though, that you are way too hard on yourself. And you need to lighten up a little bit. Don't be so hard on yourself. Also, she's definitely giving me a sense that you're not only hard on yourself, but you're hard on others that you love. That this is something that you do out of love and not so much intentionally. Um, Specifically, I feel like on your husband. Are you married?
It's complicated.
Okay.
Divorce, but
Okay. Well,
dating.
so ex. Um, so particularly hard on him. Um, okay. And she's being funny and saying that this kind of toughness that you have, well, you get the strength from her and that side of the family. She wants to blame your dad for why you are so tough on people. Your dad was that kind of same way. Okay.
I'm sorry, the last part, my dad.
That he was the same way, being tough on people. So
Yeah.
you didn't get that from her side of the family. You're a good mix, she says. Um, okay. She also tells me that you're experiencing some signs from the other side, particularly from her, that you don't believe are from her. Can you understand this?
Yeah.
Okay. She says that she sends you signs you don't believe that they're from her, but you need to believe that they are. And she's showing me cards. I don't know if she played cards. Um,
My grandfather did. Yeah.
okay. And is he in spirit with her?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, yes. So she's bringing him, just validating that he is also with her. Let's see. And did they play the lottery?
Not a lot.
She's definitely showing me. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. She hit the lottery with him. She
Oh,
really him. She is saying I hit the lottery with him, and she's saying there aren't a lot of men nowadays, especially that are like him. Um,
okay,
that's sweet.
yeah.
He was the kind of guy that was a provider. Um, Definitely took that role and felt very proud to be the provider. Okay.
Yeah, very much
And
so.
very much so. That's wonderful. And then, were there a lot of females in the family then, as children, grandchildren, more female than men?
I guess more equal. It
More
was
equal?
pretty equal.
Okay. And she's talking something about the female in the family. Hold on, let me see what she's saying.
I mean, it could be another grandmother, which there were other more females, but it sounds like you're talking about my mother's mother.
Yeah, that's who I feel like it is. There's something, hold on, because there's something that's, let me get what it is that's threading all of you women together. Hold on. Um, hmm. Is there some special time that you all get together, just the women? It's something to do with the females here. Um,
Yeah, girls'
okay,
weekend. Yeah.
okay. So she's bringing that up as more evidence for you, that she's around you. And um, okay, are you a teacher of some sorts?
No,
Is there a teacher in the family?
a lot of them. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Um, okay, so talking about that, again, another piece of evidence for you. Okay, let me see. And is there a connection to someone with the name, sounds like Sherry, or with an SH?
Um, Not that I'm aware of, with an SH.
Sherry,
Um,
Sherry. I think it's, I
Here I
think
have a friend named Sherry, but
you have a friend named Sherry?
I do.
Okay, okay. That could be what she wants to talk about for a second. Let me see. Okay. Does Sherry have a connection to a Rob or someone with an R name?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. Back up. Let me see. Okay. Um, I feel like she's saying that there's something personal going on with your friend Sherry. Reason for you to check in with her. Would you happen to know, is this marital problems, or there's something personal going on with Sherry? Um,
Oh,
and an encouragement here for you to check in with her.
okay.
Okay. Uh, okay. Also, she's showing me gardening. So I have to
Oh,
ask, is it you that's the gardener?
no. Nobody really is. But I've been trying to keep plants alive a lot longer. I've been trying to get a greenhouse.
Okay. I think this is going to be your year. She's definitely showing me gardening. Um, and there's something else she's trying to show me. Hold on. It's fun. It's weird because I see you. I'm just going to start talking about it because it might come to me as I'm talking about it. I see you going from the back of your house to the front of your house, and back to the back of your house into the front of your house. And I know that doesn't make sense. So if you can understand why you might be doing that, and I feel like this is related to something that you may start doing. That would involve, I guess it feels like taking something from the back to the front. Does this make any sense at all to you, Angela?
No, not really, but it might in the future.
Yeah, make a note of it. I feel like I'm definitely seeing you go. I'm like moving back to the front of the house. And in your home, is it kind of open? Like you can go through one room
Yeah.
into the other and then out the door?
Yeah.
Okay. I wish I could see because you're holding something. I wish I could see what it was, Sherry, but it's not clear to me. But it has to do with something that you're going to be doing in the future. And this is about hobbies, and this is about taking time for you to do some things that you enjoy, gardening, and whatever this is that you're transporting.
Okay.
Word here, okay? Don't know what it is, but you're going to be transporting something, and you're going to feel like you're going to be storing it, what you're going to be transporting in your house. Okay.
Okay.
So we're running out of time, but Angela, that was fun for you, and you got some information and some validation that your grandmother is around you and giving you a little nudge to enjoy those hobbies that you should be taking part of to bring a little extra joy in your life. So
Thank you.
Thanks for calling in, Angela. Thank you, everyone else, for joining me tonight. I hope you'll come back next Thursday and check me out on Facebook and Instagram under The Psychic Mom. Have a great rest of the week.